When you work with certain formulas, sometimes you recognize that a result is just dead wrong. It's way off. On this worksheet called Debug Values, I've zoomed in. We're looking at cell D13. I know that answer is wrong. I'm not sure why. It's about half of what it should be. So I'm going to edit this. Now, I can do this in the formula bar, or maybe a little better, right on the cell itself, because I've zoomed in so much. I'll double click the cell. You can do the editing in here. Now, what I'd like to be able to do is to highlight portions of this to see what a portion of it is equal to. If I highlight this calculation right here and find out what it's equal to, maybe that will help me figure out what's going on. Or it might not, I'm not sure. But I've got it highlighted. I'll press the function key F9. And that's as if to say, throw away the formula and show me the result for just the highlighted portion of the formula. So function key F9 brings me this. Now, maybe that tells me immediately, oh yeah, I see what's going on. I probably multiplied the wrong two cells. Let me get out of here, escape, and rewrite the formula. Or maybe I'm saying, well, that looks right. That's about right. So let's move on. I want to undo what I just did with Command Z. Takes us back to the results. And maybe now I'll use my arrow keys and come over here. I'm going to be highlighting this average over here, starting right here. And using the Shift key here, I'll hold that down, use the right arrow. I want to know what this is equal to. And if this is somehow off, maybe I'll have a better sense too. So that's highlighted. I'll press F9. And we see what that's equal to. Now, once again, it could be a situation where I recognize immediately that that number is way off. It should have been something else. And what I'll do probably is just escape and rewrite the formula, reconsider the cells I've been referring to. But if I want to move on and consider some other cells here, I can go highlight other cells. But what you want to be careful with as you're doing this is don't press enter, because no longer will we be able to get these cell references back. We'd have to essentially start all over with the formula. So once again, I might press Command Z. In other words, you can only press Command Z once at a time here. If I press it 2 consecutive times, it'll just toggle back and forth between making the change and undoing the change. So once again, I might reconsider. Now, using my arrow keys in here, what if I've highlighted a portion of this that doesn't quite make sense if standing by itself? So for example, I might be highlighting this data starting here. Using the Shift key, I'll use my arrows now. What if I highlight this piece of it and press F9? Excel essentially has misinterpreted what I'm doing here. I haven't missed a parenthesis or anything like that. I've just highlighted an area that really didn't make any sense. So at different times, you can figure out what a portion of a formula is evaluated to. Maybe if I see this multiplied by 0.05 here, once again, using the mouse or the Shift and arrow keys, highlight the data here like this. Maybe the combination of those two is going to reveal something. Depends upon how I built the formula and how well I know my data. Once again, pressing F9, we see what that's equal to. Again, like in previous scenarios here, it could be, oh yes, now I see what's going on. Let's get out of here, escape, reconsider this, and rewrite the formula to refer to some other cells other than the ones that I referred to over here. So it's a valuable tool for debugging formulas using the function key F9.